got a very special initiative going on
Absolutely.
right now called Operation 500.
Yes.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about that?
Operation 500 is committed to our veterans. Those who've served us, we're going to serve them. My father served in World War II, and just about every day of my life when he was living, he told me about what he did over in Italy and how the country came together and how you had young men and young women who were fighting against, our enemies and to save the country. And so I have a strong belief in being able to care for those who've cared for us and that have protected us. We right now in our county, we have about 2,800 veterans who are unemployed. We have 2,100 veterans who are living in poverty. And that's unacceptable when you have $10 billion of projects that are in pipeline. We've got a brand new casino that's opening right now that's going to create 3,600 new jobs. We're looking good at being able to have a brand new hospital that's going to create thousands of medical jobs. The FBI is seriously taking a look at bringing its headquarters out here. There will be 11,000 jobs. Altogether, we've got about 25,000 jobs that are open here in the county. And so for me, that's unacceptable for one veteran in our county who wants to work to be unemployed. And so we launched a campaign called Operations 500 because over the next 6 months, we want to put 500 of those 2,800 veterans to work in good, high-wage jobs. They deserve it, and we're going to do everything in our power to be able to stand for them like they stood for us in Iraq and Afghanistan and other parts of the world, to be able to get them the employment they deserve to have so they can take care of themselves, take care of their families, be able to buy a home, and to be able to enjoy the great things that are going on in this county and the region. Walter Simmons and the rest of my team, they've done a fantastic job of bringing in 27 companies today that have real jobs. We've got about 500 openings down there.
It's been a good experience so far. We'd certainly like to have more opportunities to do things like this. Simply running ads in the paper and putting lines, on Craigslist online doesn't really give us the good response we're looking for. So to have people come in who are actually looking to come, be employed is a big deal for us. It makes a big difference.
We wanted to support this great effort because we want to bridge the gap between our veterans coming out of service, retiring, and then also have them, give them the opportunity to continue the skill set that they have built.
I think one thing that is consistent across the board is we're looking for employees who take pride in what they do and have a commitment to great customer service.
Civilian employment doesn't speak in military terms. We need to translate that into what the civilian workforce, what those skills are. We have what's called Veterans Priority of Service. So when a veteran comes in the door, they get priority of service, which means they literally go to the head of the line.
A lot of times talking to peers of mine who are already out of the military or people who are going through the transition process, a lot of times later they found out that they're fully qualified for a position, but they didn't target their resume and capture the skills, many of which a lot of private organizations seek, like teamwork, commitment, responsibility.
I have two people actually said they gave me their card and said email them that they think they may have a slot for me. So I'm hoping in a couple of weeks I should be working. I'm excited.
So Rob, you have a very special purpose for participating in Operation 500 today because your organization actually helps veterans get established in the trades.
My main directive is to reach out to the injured community to let them know that construction is a viable industry for them. Don't discount it because of whatever injury it is you think you have.
Now you also said that all of the folks that are with Helmets to Hard Hats are also former veterans themselves, is that right?
Yes, sir. We have 3 veterans in DC and our person in Chicago, he's a tradesperson. California is a veteran. So we really like that because, we're taking care of each other. We're taking care of our brothers and sisters that we served with in the past.
Now we heard in another interview earlier today that there are over 2,800 veterans here in Prince George's County that are unemployed and 2,100 living at the poverty level. I suspect that a big challenge for them is that they don't know about your organization.
No, they don't. And we're small, and that's why we try to come to these events and network with people to make them aware of what's going on. There's unemployed, but then we also like to talk about the underemployed, and those are the people that are kind of not in a career choice, but they're just going to do a job every day. And what's important for us in this industry here is for the large projects that are going on, the construction progress, this is all local hires. We're helping the veterans in our community find these careers.
So I'll bet you that being able to interview quality candidates who already have some leadership capability and the ability to relate to people is probably not a bad thing for you.
Oh, it's a beautiful thing for us. It's what we rely on. As a services company, people are what we sell, people and intellectual property. So if we can't find great people, we really struggle. And events like this really help us with that.
Have you had an opportunity to hire veterans in the past, whether it was through this program or otherwise?
Absolutely. About 1/3 of our personnel are veterans, and we pride ourselves in that. We do a lot of work with the federal government, particularly within the military space and within the intelligence space. So we have a particular need for candidates who may have security clearances from secret all the way up to top secret with SCI clearances. So events like this are very important to us.
Prince George's County Economic Development Corporation Workforce Services Division took the initial step to show that we're engaging this effort by hiring our first veteran, Ronald Hopkins, to our business services team.
I attended the last Veterans Job Fair last month. I circulated my resume. I talked to everybody and anybody, and I received a telephone call a couple of weeks later. They called me in for an interview, and here I am. I solicit jobs from area businesses, and my area of expertise is healthcare and IT. It's very good to have these type of job fairs targeted primarily for veterans. I've never experienced that before, and it's also amazing to see the number of veterans looking for employment in all the different career fields. So I think it's a great initiative. I'm very thankful because now I have a full-time job, and I'm open to spread the word so others can take advantage of this opportunity.